So we've covered some of the key considerations when packing and transitioning to van life, like what to do with your stuff and how to get insurance coverage. Now we're going to talk about a few additional items like mail, residency, and paying bills. If you're completely moving out of your home and have no plans to go back to your old town, figuring out where to send your mail and what to have listed as your home address might be tricky. Not only does this impact your mail, but it also affects your health insurance, your RV or vehicle insurance, and your taxes. It's also important if you plan to vote, which I obviously encourage you to do. The easiest way to deal with this is to list your address as one belonging to a close and willing friend or family member living in the same state as you. That way you don't have to change your official residency. However, sometimes there are benefits to establishing residency somewhere new. States with no income tax are popular among RVers, and some of the favorites include South Dakota, Texas, and Florida. Each of these states have mail forwarding services that will set you up with a physical address that you can use to establish residency, and then they will forward your mail to you. South Dakota charges the lowest vehicle registration fees and doesn't require an annual inspection, which is one of the reasons it's so popular. The thing to keep in mind that is if you do establish residency in a new state, not only will you pay taxes in that state, but you'll actually have to physically go there with your van to get a new license and register the vehicle. You should also acquire your RV and health insurance in this new state. Whether or not it's worth moving your residency really depends on how long you plan to be traveling and the amount of money you'll save by setting new residency up. Now let's talk about mail. Getting mail on the road can be a little tricky if you move around a lot. And in order to reduce the amount of paper mail you receive, you're going to want to sign up for e-statements for all of your bills so you don't have to worry about those. If you're subscribed to magazines or newspapers, transfer them to digital subscriptions. Then set up mail forwarding to someone you trust who can collect it and periodically send it to you on the road. Another option, if you are part-time, is to get a P.O. box. This will keep your mail secure for those times that you are gone. If you need to order something and have it shipped to you, there are a few options. In many larger towns, you'll find Amazon lockers for Amazon packages. For this, Amazon will drop your packages off in a locker inside of a business. They email you a code, and then you can go pick up your package. It's super easy, but it's not as common in smaller towns. Otherwise, some UPS, FedEx, Postal Service, and other shipping stores will receive packages for you. Not all locations offer this service, so I typically just Google shipping store in whatever town I'm in, and then I call them to confirm that they'll accept packages, and then I get instructions. When shipping yourself packages to stores like this, the address format is usually very important, so you want to make sure whoever's shipping it addresses the package properly. Another great option for full-time RVers is a mail forwarding service. There are many companies that provide this service for travelers, but some notable ones are Postal Connections, My RV Mail, and Escapees. So it works like this. Their address is your mailing address, so they'll receive all your mail, and then you get to decide what they do with that mail. They can throw away the junk mail, scan important documents, and put them into your online mail account, or they can send you the mail directly. Your mail can be forwarded to you as often as you want to campgrounds, friends' homes, or post office with general delivery. You can even request the documents to be shredded upon receipt. The perk of this option versus a traditional P.O. box is that your mail is handled by a real person, so you get to talk to them directly and you can access your mail nearly any day of the week. It's a reliable service that gives you the ability to have a permanent mailing address while on the road without having to worry about changing your address every time you move. Last but not least, let's talk about bills. Fortunately, today, many bills can be sent electronically and paid online. Before you head out in the van, you're going to contact your bank and service providers or log in online, and you're going to opt out of paper mail and request e-statements instead. If you have issues, inform them that you'll be traveling for X amount of time and need an option to pay online or mail a check. It shouldn't be an issue, but to avoid hangups or late fees the first month, it's best to take care of these ahead of time. If you aren't worried about overdrawing, consider setting up all your bills for autopay. That way you'll be guaranteed to never miss a payment. Also, you're going to want to notify your bank that you'll be traveling regularly and do not want a hold placed on your cards from frequent irregular locations. Sometimes a hold is placed on your card automatically if your bank notices you're withdrawing money in Texas and then 3 hours later you're gassing up in New Mexico, for example. Just let them know ahead of time and it shouldn't be an issue.